Save the Children Zambia Monday organized a discussion on public investment in children and how children can benefit from the Constituency Development Fund. Various stakeholders championing the cause of children were part of the discussion, among them a Teteja Member of Parliament, Twambom Tinta, Mbalala lawmaker Joseph Msanje, and civil society organizations. Child advocate Mundia Luvinda says the plight of children not improving at the pace it should because children are not given the space as they should. And it is Teteja Member of Parliament Twambom Tinta noted that the information gap in his constituency has hindered some children from accessing their fair share of public resources, adding that more needs to be done to ensure that both the elderly and children are informed.
Access to education and health facilities is a basic human right that government has to provide by any means. However, this has not been the case, as most successful administrations have failed to fulfill this. However, hopes have been raised of access to education by the introduction of free education by the UPND administration in 2022. But how free is this free education being provided? Should people ignore Sustainable Development Goal number 4 on quality education because there's free education? Your guess is as good as mine. While this development is welcome, the truth still remains that some areas, especially rural areas, have poor access to health and education facilities. In these, children suffer the most consequences of such inadequacies countrywide. With the Constituency Development Fund being increased from 1.6 to 25.7 million kwacha in 2022, expectations have been high on how various sectors can benefit from this amount through community interventions. Speaking during a discussion organized by Save the Children and its cooperating partners Monday, a child advocate Mundia Luvinda has called on government to ensure that schools and health facilities are made available as one of the ways in which children can benefit from the Constituency Development Fund.
We as children need to be educated in order for us to be responsible and educated leaders. So I stand in opposition for these funds to be allocated to the education sector in order for every child out there to be educated and also for their needs. Because we have children that come from very poor backgrounds or poor homes where the parents can't afford to buy for them books, as we have free education, so children can't afford to have uniforms, books and school materials.
And lawmakers at the discussion also shared their view on how best children can benefit from CDF. Mabala lawmaker Joseph Msanje was present at the event.
We check with the CDF guidelines, indeed in terms of composition and the presentation, in terms of management and execution, we do have a gap in there in that children are not in the leadership position. However, when we come to services, I think that is where we have a high stake for children, in that most of the projects that have been earmarked or allowed for execution actually focus on child services.
Meanwhile, Justice Center for Theological Reflection also added their voice, hoping for better as government continues to roll out the resources to respective constituencies.
The project that we've been implementing focusing on driving sustainable change for children's rights, which has given us a good opportunity to interact with local schools in that area. The concerns that were raised by the Member of Parliament with regard to inadequate infrastructure such as boarding facilities is very true. One of the things that we find is that beyond inadequate facilities such as boarding facilities, especially for girls that are in weekly boarding.
Meanwhile, Save the Children Acting Country Director Chimara Chitama says it is the hope of Save the Children to see child-responsive initiatives.
Working in the sector to come to the fore and continue and ensure that together with children raise the voice and call for their share in the spending and allocation of CDF.
Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
You're watching Camnet TV Main News. We take our first set of commercials. We'll be back with more.